Hey, Chris.
What's up, man?
So here we go for our newest episode on Titan Media. We're doing something we've never done before, which is pretty exciting because we get to talk a little bit about, for up until this point, we've only really talked about the media side of things. And there's a whole another aspect that birthed Titan, which was Titan House or is Titan House. And I told a little bit of the story in our first episode, but I wanted to have you guys, specifically you, Johnny Wayne, on here when we started talking about Titan. And the cool thing about today is that we get to hear the story of Chris and Chris coming through Titan House. And for those that don't know, Titan House is our men's residential discipleship houses. And Chris was what? I looked on our thing and it was like, he was the first application we received.
Really?
Yeah. Now we had a couple people come before him, but when we started getting legit, when Kim started making us really keep up with stuff, his application was the first. So as of this week, Chris has landed his own apartment. There's so many things that he's accomplished in the past. What would we say, a year and 6 months?
Yeah,
about a year and a half.
Yeah.
So we'll get right into it, man. Like where were you at? Just real briefly, where were you at before you came to us in Titan? Like where were you at in the state of mind? And then, then I know you went to Good Landing, but before Good Landing, where were you at?
Well, I guess mentally, I was pretty much a wreck. Like, just on drugs and alcohol, and I couldn't really keep a job, and just fighting homelessness here and there, and in and out of places like halfway houses and stuff, and I was pretty lost.
So you said at one time you're telling us you were actually walking the streets of was it Indianapolis?
Yeah,
Indy. And then you made your way down to, what was it in North Georgia?
Good Landing.
Good
Recovery,
Landing.
yeah.
And what was that like?
It was pretty cool. They really try to introduce you to God and recovery in a godly aspect.
Okay.
Kind of like y'all with the discipleship.
Okay.
But it was kind of different though, like, cause like instead of like being able to go to work and stuff like that, you just sat in class all day long and like somebody preaching to you, and it was pretty rough at first.
So then we get the funny story how this all came about. I had a fella reach out from Good Landing, and we get up there to pick him up, and he's like, "Hey, I got a buddy wants to come too. Is that all right?" And I was like, we're new to this. And I was like, I guess so. I mean, I guess this is okay. And I called Dad and I'm like, hey, there's this guy named Chris wanting to come too. And
we had a bed.
Dad happened to have a bed open. So he shows up. What was your first day or so like when you came in?
Well, when I first came in the first day or so, I said it in my testimony. I left on medication there, so I was kind of like, didn't really know what to think. I hadn't been without that for a little while, and so the first day or two, I was kind of dealing with that a little bit, with not relying on that. And but when I got here, I mean, they had like a big supper cooked, and everybody was nice and cool, and just started talking about where we're going to work and all that kind of stuff from what I remember, and. But yeah, everybody was pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I know you brought up a minute ago, Dad, about we had the instance where the gentleman that came with you, he didn't. He was with us what?
3 days.
2 to 3 days. And so Dad asked him the question of, well, why'd you stay? Do you remember why did you stay then?
Well, when I got in, I started getting the feel of the program and stuff. I liked it, and I really didn't have anywhere to go. When I came, so I felt like I was blessed to be able to come to begin with, and then when he said he was leaving, I was like, well, dude, I'm staying. I don't really, because I know if I go, I know if I go back to where I was, what was going to happen. I was just going to go right back into addiction, and I had lost everything at that point. I didn't want to go back. And then John Wayne was like, I was there for 2 days, like, come on, Chris, you're going to work with me. I'm like, okay.
Well, that's kind of what told me that you was going to work with me, is because you didn't click up with him to go back with him, go back to whatever it was he was going to. And most people that come in groups, they always stay clicked up and always try to run something.
Yeah.
Try to not as much run it, but their way of doing things is.
Yeah, their loyalty's more to that group than it is to their recovery.
You didn't have a debt of loyalty to your past, and that went a long way with us.
Yeah.
So
where'd y'all? So you brought him out there with you for a little while.
Oh yeah, he was as spacey as they come. You could definitely tell he was coming off of something.
Yeah.
Psychotropic medication is kind of weird to come off of. You could be a very weird person coming off of it and come out okay.
Yeah.
But just week by week, it slowly. He just started growing out of it and growing out of it. He never really brought it up more than one time. So
yeah,
we kept pushing and kept pushing.
I know it was until you gave your testimony. It was like you made the comment like, "Hey, I left my medicine at the rehab. I ain't touched it since. The word's my medicine now." And it hit me. I was like, "Wow, I didn't even catch that." Like I think you were telling us in the beginning, "Okay, yeah, I left my medication," but that's about all you said about it.
This episode is sponsored by a precious friend of mine, Gabrielle Watts, a trusted local realtor serving the West Georgia and East Alabama area. Gabrielle believes real estate is about more than a transaction. It's about families, futures, and finding the right fit. She's known for her calm, honest approach and for making the buying and selling process simple, especially for first-time homebuyers, growing families, and investors. With a strong background in customer service and a clear understanding of today's market, she's the kind of agent who actually answers the phone, explains every step, and truly advocates for her clients. Whether you're thinking about buying or selling, or you just want to understand your options, Gabrielle believes informed clients make the best decisions. You can connect with Gabrielle on social media or reach out to start a conversation, no pressure. Just real guidance from a local expert who truly cares about this community.
Okay. So you mentioned that you're coming off the medications. So what all kind of medications were you on? Like what did the medications do for you that caused you to have so much of a dependency?
Well, I was on like mood stabilizers, antidepressants, medicine to be able to sleep properly and not have like nightmares and stuff like that, and of course my blood pressure medicine, which I still on that, but yeah, so
it's a lot of different things there with those. Wasn't just one particular one.
No, sir.
Okay, cool. So how did it go for him after he was working with you for a little while? Then you started talking about getting him into a different type of work or something like that. Where did he go next?
I think I'd maybe talked once or twice about his moods. He'd come out of them, but he'd fall back into being a little smart aleck or somebody, waking up with a bad attitude. I mean, when you're going to change, if your body's coming back the way it was, you got to figure out who that I was is going to be. So we was hoping that he would come back, and he did. So the more he growed, he went toward God, his Bible. So that kind of set the pace for him and where he was going with his work.
Yeah.
We had made a few phone calls, and people were very much interested in him. We didn't want to make a bad impression on us or himself at that time, so we didn't want his mood swings to interfere with his.
Yeah, just make sure he's ready.
Right.
Yeah. So where'd you go to work at next?
After I left Trade Center, I went to work with Floor Man Johnny.
Floor Man Johnny.
No, that was kind of in the trade school area, but from there, we first got your first job.
Oh, the real job? Real job? Welburn Cabinets.
Yeah, where'd it go?
Yeah. It's a good place down there. Y'all done good down there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I worked there for almost 6 months.
Yeah.
So
they're pretty good.
How do you feel about accountability inside Titan? A lot, you have to be held accountable.
Oh yeah.
So, is there any instances where you finally realized that accountability was good for you? It was helping you grow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, okay. So, tell us a little bit about what it was like after you finally get this job. How are you growing in God? You're still in Anniston at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about how you were then.
Do you remember the commitment you made to driving back and forth every day?
Mm-hmm.
Being the driver. Yeah, that was a big.
That was kind of rough at first. Going back and forth to Welburn.
45-minute one way, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, it was about an hour one way, but then the other guys that was riding with me, they clocked in before I did, so it was kind of rough. Like I had to leave like 3 hours early every day.
Yeah.
Then we're working night shifts, so it was rough. But we got through it. I mean, there's a lot of waiting in between and all that. So I really had time to look at myself during that time because I didn't like to wait. I still don't sometimes, but
yeah.
Do you see growth?
I do. I see a lot of growth.
Do you see why God set you still in the parking lot and made you wait 2 hours before you get to go to work?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was about
Patience.
to ask. That's exactly what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
So is that one of the ways that you started growing with God?
Yeah, definitely. Because I'd pull out my Bible out on my phone and just sit there and read or listen to some sermons on YouTube, and just it helped me to pass the time a little bit and look at myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say there's a few times, it's not happened a lot, but with you, it has. I bust into the Titan house just to come check on y'all or something, like bust up in your room just to check in on you and just bust in. And there's been multiple times you bust in and you're sitting there reading scripture or sitting there in your free time, going over. And that's a testament to what God's doing in your life. It's always encouraging for us to sometimes we'll be expecting the worst. And then we bust in like, dang, he might really be taking this serious. When was it for you that you realized that something was beginning to change within you?
Well, like you said, I started really getting into the Word a lot more. I think really though for me when I started writing my testimony and looking at my past and everything, I could really start seeing growth then, especially giving my testimony, because I really didn't want to at first.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I did it, and I was like, man, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And not only that, it made me look like I said, look at myself and start seeing where I've actually grown and where I came from and how I am now.
Yeah, so you could see who you used to be, and then you see who you are now, and you're like, wow, that really is a completely different person.
Mm-hmm.
So how has so you guys are going? You're in Georgia now, so you guys have been going to the refuge a good bit. I know that you've really stepped up and been following along with Pastor John and things like that. How has it helped you to be plugged into the local church?
It's helped me a lot. Being able to go to like small groups and meetings, and then we're plugged in with the other churches too, like One Church and Stedman, and so going to their Bible study, and then
yeah, Randy said you've been doing well. I came out there the other night, seeing y'all doing a lot of y'all getting down out there.
Yeah, I really enjoy the Bible study, but I enjoy One Church a lot too. That's really helped me a lot too, as far as like I know they're more type of like Celebrate Recovery AA type, but in a godly way, and so that really helped me out a lot, being able to go there and kind of like open up and
like a place for you to share.
Yeah. Really, really share and get stuff off your chest, and be able to speak out on stuff that's bothering us or where areas we need to work in our life.
When did you start getting your confidence back?
Actually, that's like I think here recently it's started to really come back a lot more. But I think doing my testimony, especially when we went up to Mississippi, and I did it
At Gateway Rescue Mission,
the rescue mission, because I came from a rescue mission up in India. Well, in Indiana, I went to a rescue mission there, and it was rough, man. I feel for them guys there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about when you went and bought that new car?
Oh man, that's what I meant by here recently, because all this stuff's happened recently. God's really opened up doors for me, and it's just through prayer, man. It's all through prayer.
Yeah. One thing in this life is certain: storms are going to come. That is why it is so important to choose a roofing contractor whose company was founded on care and craftsmanship. And that's the heart behind Whitaker Roofing Company. Locally owned and serving Georgia, Tennessee, and Alabama, Whitaker Roofing is trusted across the Southeast for top-tier craftsmanship and exceptional customer care. They're recognized as an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred, Atlas Pro Diamond, and a GAF Master Elite contractor, placing them in the top 1% of roofers nationwide. Fully licensed, insured, and family-focused, Whitaker Roofing builds roofs that protect today and stand strong for generations. To schedule your inspection, call Matt Huey at 205-777-2096 or email Matt at wrcroofing.com. Whitaker Roofing Company. Excellence you can trust. We'll get into that a little bit. So in the past while, you've been setting some goals personally, and we've been able to watch you really walk through them. Yeah, so, like Dad just mentioned, what was one? You just got you a car recently, bought your own car.
Yep.
You actually enjoy your job. I was talking to you the other day, and now you were telling me, like, that you actually enjoy it. Like,
oh, yeah. I love working at Whirlwind. It's cool, man. And they got me going back and forth to 3 different departments, which is awesome. I like doing every one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got good at it, I guess. And I'm being able to actually remember stuff has helped me out a lot too.
That's good.
Obedience is what they're after. They just want somebody to be obedient.
The
same as God does. He wants us to be obedient.
That's right.
Yeah, and them seeing that value in you is helping your confidence too. You're looking over and you're saying, "Wow, they need me." It ain't just like here's you a job. It's like man, they actually want me to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's only help whether you see it or not. That's only helping your confidence grow as well. So the job, as of this week or tomorrow, right? Tomorrow will be the day
morning.
You've got your very own apartment.
Yeah.
Now, how is that? How do you feel about that? Scary? Excited?
I think just yesterday and today thinking about it, I was like, man,
dude,
it makes me happy. It's exciting.
Yeah, Dad's been mad. He said it's nicer than my place, man.
I mean, I've been here a little bit.
No, that's nice, man. It's just a blessing, man. It really is. And it's like I was telling Johnny, I was like, I rode by and looked at it, and he was like, well, go fill the application out so you can look at it. I was like, all right. So I called him one day after work and told him to meet me over there, and went and looked at it. And so the realtor people wanted me to fill the application out, so I went ahead and did that. And like I just went to look at the place. It just happened unexpectedly, and like it just all at once. It's like, whoa. You know?
I remember the day we were sitting over there, that day we were over there, I told you, you're going to have some accountability over here.
Mm-hmm.
Or that would be my suggestion. You're not for that. But then Jake steps up.
Yeah. Right. And I wasn't expecting that either.
Just for some context, they're sitting there at this house, and Dad's mentions, okay, you're going to have some accountability. If you're ready, we want you to, we don't want anybody to stay at Titan for forever. If you're ready to go, by all means, you can, we want to help you get to the next level. And then there stands a guy from our church that leads part of our men's group.
Yep.
He's like, hey, what do you know? He
said, I'll check on him twice a week.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And he actually told us today too. He said, I've been praying for him coming over here. Did y'all probably prayed right there, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. He prayed for me over the house, and he prayed that if God didn't want me to move in there, that he would put every obstacle in the way, and just man, I was like, whoa, but it just happened so smoothly. It's like, now looking back, it's like, man, God really wants me to be there, then I guess.
Yeah.
Because he's really opened the door for me on this.
Yeah. So what's your plan, in Titan for the past year and a half? You've had a group of brothers around you. You've had, Dad walking with you, me being here. That's accountability in itself. So what is your plan moving forward? Because you're about to have a lot of freedom, to make choices on your own. But how do you see the next little while?
I'm just keep going to the meetings that this help me get throughout Titan, and they're just a tool for me to use, and I need to utilize them tools. Just stay in touch with y'all guys as much as I can. I mean, you're right up the streets.
Yeah. Do you see any weaknesses in your life that you need to pay attention to more, or we need to pay attention to for you to? Because that's how bad it was. That's how firm it was for me. If I had any areas that I was weak in, or I know that I may have a little bit of, I needed some work in, I'd call it out.
Yeah, been just knowing that you can do that. You ain't got to do that on here, you know what I mean? But just like if you ever see a weakness come up, just knowing that what are you, mile and a half?
Yeah.
Mile and a half from here? You know?
Yeah, not even.
So
walking distance.
So where do you see God leading you in this next season? What are your thoughts? If you were to dream a little bit.
I don't know, man. I've been thinking about this all night, and
Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. But I do not know where God is leading me, but whatever it is, I'm just gonna trust in Him. And I went up to the altar today at church, and I prayed, and I thanked Him for everything that He's done in my life since. Now I really called out to Him when I was homeless, and He brought me here, you know, and now He's doing all this for me, and so I just thanked Him for that, and I asked Him, I was like, I don't know what you want me to do, but whatever it is, I want you to direct my steps, and I'm just gonna trust in you with it.
Yeah.
Well, He didn't say sit up here in this house that you just got,
Right.
and I'll get back with you. He said, follow me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and whether it's what the process that Dad's been walking with you for the past year and a half, it's not complicated. It's as simple as doing the next right thing. And I know I ask questions all the time that probably makes people think, well, I need to have this big goal. Well, if you don't, I guarantee that like God's plan for you is for you just to do the next right thing, make the next right choice. And that's, you continue, that's what's brought you to this point. You know, so that's,
and I mean, it's not all easy either. It's hard, especially looking at yourself and trying to diagnose the problems that made you turn to the drugs and alcohol to begin with. I mean, it's just a hard issue. Simple as that, really.
So do you see a possibility of, and I'm not talking about being a big pastor or a big leader, nothing like that, but do you see a possibility of you being able to show up, say at the Titan houses, or to be able to show up at these classes and for people to draw strength from your story?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely want to be an example to people at Titan and just anybody that is going through that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Really, because I mean, it's hard and it's difficult, but it's just praying to God and just asking Him for help and seeking the kingdom of God first, and all His righteousness, and everything will be added to you.
Yeah. That's Matthew 6:33. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so because I think you've seen through Titan that it's not what most people need is not somebody to sit there and tell them every day, like, and preach at them. It's just to walk alongside them.
Right.
And you're fully capable of doing that. Just being there, just showing up, having a hamburger, cooking supper like y'all do. I'll tell you that's one thing you're gonna miss if you ain't careful. Them dinners y'all been having for the past year and a half, them big old meals and ribs and steaks. Yeah, so you better make sure you pop in Titan and continue to eat.
I'm definitely going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, what would you have to say to somebody who was like maybe listening and they're stuck, man? Maybe they're homeless, maybe they're on all kind of medication, maybe they're addicted. What would you have to say to them? Somebody who's possibly looking and going into a situation like you just came out of.
Just pray and seek God, man, because He'll pull you out of it. You just gotta trust in Him.
Yeah, and just be willingness and obedience. Yeah, that's good, man. Dad, you got anything else before we start wrapping her up?
Chris, it's been real, buddy. I didn't think you'd be leaving this. I didn't think you'd ever leave, actually.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, I wasn't planning on it happening so fast, but
But when you started growing, your dreams really got bigger all of a sudden. You just bloomed from it.
Yeah, and that's what I love, the fact that we've had a lot of guys come through and then decide it's time for them to transition out, but for you to say, hey, I'm ready to transition out, but I'm going to transition to my own place right there. You know what I mean? Like to stay.
Yeah. You grew back into society rather than just going back. You grew back.
Oh yeah. So it's been a natural thing, and I see I don't know what it looks like personally, but I just see if nothing else, your story with Titan, man. I want you to know that it has helped tell a story. It is something we've seen, that God was telling us, and all of a sudden, like, you being the poster child of, okay, wow, it's real. You know what I mean? Me and Dad sit in meetings all day and tell them this is our plan, but then for you to just sit there and say, hey, I did it. This is a lot more real than any great sermon I could give or any baffling that Dad can do.
Yeah, it's all God though.
It is all God. That's right, man. But yeah, just don't belittle your part in what we do. Because your obedience tells way more of a story than, all that. So anyway, so we love you and we appreciate you. And you're not actually leaving because you're close enough to where if we don't see you for a day and a half,
my door will be open for you, Johnny.
I have a key, don't worry.
I'm about to say, you probably already got a key somehow.
If not, we'll get you one made.
Yeah,
I'm going to let Roscoe come hang out on the weekend sometimes.
Cool. That's fine.
Yeah. That's
hey, come eat some popcorn, tater chips, and whatever else.
Hey, that's one thing you can't deny, man. You and Roscoe have got a bond, a brotherly bond. That I have seen y'all get on each other's nerves so bad. But at the same time, like, I've really enjoyed, like, you've been good for him. He's been good for you.
Yeah, I love Roscoe. I love all the guys, but yeah, Roscoe. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He's Roscoe.
Yeah, y'all been.
He gets mad at me, but he'll come back with something after a day or two.
Yeah.
I'm like, man.
It's funny how that ends up becoming family. You know what I mean? Like it does. Like y'all probably all fight it out and but y'all all growing together. You're all getting to know God a little better together. Yeah. And then in the end, man, that's.
But
family.
I do gotta say one thing, man. If it wasn't for you being as hard on me as you've been sometimes, I probably would have never like took the time to stop and realize, what I was doing wrong and look at myself really.
Yeah.
I thank you for that.
Well, yeah, thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
What you went through is hard.
Yeah,
what you got involved with is very, very hard.
Mm-hmm.
What people just don't understand about Satan is that he doesn't fight. He fights to keep you forever.
That's
and
right.
It's hell getting you out from down in that frame of mind, that mindset. And,
yeah.
You have to snap out in every way imaginable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's a tough realization that the one who's holding you the most accountable is probably the one who loves you the most.
Oh yeah, it is.
That's that's the hard parts is realizing that, hold on one sec. Jeremiah, you need to grab that? There's an Amazon guy just poked his head in.
It's okay. We forgive him.
Yeah. No, just it's a tough realization, but it's where growth comes from. What you just said, like, I thank you for holding me accountable. I thank you for being so tough on me. It's because you look back now and you see, wow, like that's what helped me.
Where's the blessing come from?
Where's that?
Blessing comes from God.
The breaking.
Oh, yeah.
The blessings in the breaking. Yeah, because you know what? There's times I'll be like, Dad, man, you need to let up a little bit. Like, for real. And it's like, well, this is the only way he's going to see what he's worth. It's the only way he's only going to see what he's fully worth. And, man, it was 100% right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, just know that we love you. We love telling your story. But we're proud of you most of all, man. We are.
Yeah, I love y'all guys too, man. Y'all were a big part of my journey, and y'all saved my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Amen.
Well, listen, don't go out there looking for nobody to tell you that a boy.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I never did. In your heart, you can do it now, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I
You
know
gotta
what's
have
right.
me to tell you.
What the next right thing to do is what I'm going to do.
That's it. Rick's right thing.
Amen.
Like you say, be about it, don't talk about it, and do the next right thing.
That's it.
Y'all spent way too much time together. You just sounded just like him.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you, Chris. And for anybody watching,